Everett is definitely a town that you drive through and get a sense of simpler times. It's your typical Pennsylvania town, one of many that are still trying to hang on. Most Pennsylvania towns are not what they used to be, but in the town of Everett, I felt like I was back in the 1980s. And I mean that in a good way, by the way. They have everything you need on one main street. You have your hardware and drugstore on the same street as your supermarket and restaurants. But what I noticed right away while driving through that really kicked the nostalgia level up was the now abandoned Everett movie theater. Now, I don't know about you, but these theaters are one of my favorite places to document. There are so few of them that it would be tragic not to film them in their current state. With that being said, I've gotten the proper permission from the property owners to film this location. This place is currently being saved. The COVID-19 pandemic didn't help the process of that, but there are still people really trying to keep up on it so that it stays structurally sound. You can donate to this project if you'd like. Every dollar helps keep this place from becoming another memory, like so many of the beautiful places I've been fortunate enough to film. The link will be in the description below. Although this place went through a few changes since it's been a movie theater, I couldn't have imagined what I was about to see in there. But before we go inside, let's learn a bit about this place. According to the Altoona Mirror, the theater was founded by the Stuckey brothers in 1923 as the borough's first motion picture theater. It was sold to Theodore Grants in 1945. From 2003 to 2009, the theater operated as a bar and diner dance venue before closing its doors in 2009, according to history documents shared with the Mirror. Reimagine Everett took ownership of the property. The nonprofit group was formed to assist with the economic development of the Everett area. Save the Everett Theater is the first project. Also, I guess I should add that had I been here a little while sooner, there was apartment buildings connected to the movie theater building that took up this entire property. And I mean, I wish that I would have been around to, had I known about it, but can't win them all. But most importantly, the movie theater is still here and it's still standing, thank God. And, it could have been much more tragic. Notice all of the light ball sockets. There was, this sign used to be really lit underneath and in the front. That's really neat. I would have loved to have seen this sign light up, back in the 80s, coming down here and seeing a movie with your friends. I mean, I can feel it just by standing here. That decay contrast is amazing in that room. I love when I see the green with the white underneath. It's just, is what it is. Wow. All right. There's a lot of stuff in here that you're going to see that you're not going to see really anywhere else. Now, yeah, maybe your grandmother has some newspapers from 1959 and maybe she has a trash can like this, but it's highly unlikely. In my experience, usually the first thing to fall through the floor in these places when they get wet is the safe. And there's a lot of safes in these places for one reason, because they're heavy. And most people don't want to deal with them when they, leave the building. They get left behind a lot. I see a lot of them. Nothing could have prepared me for what I was about to see in this projection room. Movie projectors are, still there. Everything in here is, gold to me. There's nowhere on earth you're going to see this anymore unless you're in a museum. But when you're in a museum, you know that it came from somewhere. This is where it belongs. This is where it was from. And you're seeing it firsthand. So I can't think of much that's better than that. So, as I said before, this place went through a number of changes. It was updated a little bit in the 70s. I mean, you can see all the wood grain. That was pretty typical for the time. And, being a nightclub and a dance club, and a lounge, they had, some seating. But what I find most interesting, the lights, some of these glass neon lights were found from when it was originally opened back in the 20s. So I find that pretty fascinating that it was still up there all this time. But yet again, I'm not surprised. If you didn't know about the Stuckey/Everett movie theater, you do now. Thank you for watching.
Check it out, man. I mean, this merch is like really sick. Check me out, bro.